everyone, in today's video we are going to be speculating about Kings Island in Mason, Ohio, and what their possible 2020 roller coaster will be. I have a bunch of theories as to what it could be, and a lot of backup to support that they are going to be receiving something massive for the 2020 season. Before we start, I have a bunch of resources that I used in this video that are not my original content. You can find all of the links in the description below. Thanks. For starters, check out this overview of the clearing. It's a long stretch spanning from behind the racer all the way to over the beast. It's huge. It is massive. For a while, I've always assumed that their 2020 coaster was going to be a wing or a dive, but I'm starting to have some big doubts. If you look at the size of some other B&M wing coasters like Gatekeeper or Thunderbird, those are big, but they take up a much less room than this. As for a dive coaster, even more so. It's important to mention now that it is very likely for the coaster to be built by B&M. I just don't see it really going any other way. Prior to Mystic Timbers, the park was very B&M heavy. Intamin is unlikely because Cedar Fair, as in general, has been having some issues with them. Not only that, but I found this document from a few months ago in which B&M is mentioned for a ground-up roller coaster as well as inspections on their other rides, taking 2018, 2019, and 2020 to build. Firehawk closed in 2018. This construction site clearing started in 2018. It's obviously continuing now in 2019. Plus, if there were a coaster, I imagine that they would be putting up some track in 2020. So it fits really well. Here's a photo of 3 different sets of track at the B&M plant in Ohio. Each 3 of these has a different code on their track. It's on the back side, plus one of them is painted. So one of these is going to, obviously, Hershey Park in 2020, possibly Kings Island, and possibly California's Great America, maybe even another park, which we don't know about yet. So it seems to check out. And Hypers and Gigas use the same track type, and these all look very similar in track type. So definitely a possibility. For the people claiming that they can't or should not get a Giga due to Cedar Point in close proximity, Cedar Point is actually 4 hours away, and they have a very different market. Kings Island and Cedar Point actually get the same amount of revenue, and Cedar Point appeals to people outside of state, while Kings Island is designed for people in the general local area. So honestly, it doesn't really matter if they're in contradiction. I just hope that if it is a Giga, then it will be different enough from Diamondback, with more twists and more banks than hills. Sort of like an Intimidator and Fury 325 sort of thing. Intimidator is all about the airtime and floater, whereas Fury is low to the ground, intense elements. To add to that, this is a photo taken during Holiday in the Park event. Again, you can find the link in the description. This is inside the Flight of Fear queue, and there's a 2020 calendar, and in the corner, you can see the name Centurion. Keep in mind this is an old photo and might be outdated, but it is a nice nod to the name, and there is a possible date of opening, 2020. Not only that, but the coaster on the poster, sorry that rhymes, is Firehawk, which closed not long before this poster was put up. This is also where the possible coaster could be going, where Firehawk is. It's an interesting poster and full of references, not only to the Cedar Fair canon, but more so to the future of Kings Island. In conclusion, I do think that Kings Island will be receiving a 2020 roller coaster. As for the name, I'm guessing Centurion. It was trademarked, and when Fury 325 was announced for Carowinds, they teased and did a joke with the name Centurion. So this might be the second Giga that they tease with that same name. It's just a shot in the dark, though. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye, guys.